Okay, what was my first toy? It was this Fisher-Price unbreakable mirror, um, which Quincy might think is hard to guess, but if she thinks about it for a little bit, she should know that I've never found a mirror that I didn't like. So it's kind of obvious when you think about it. How did I lose a tonsil? Um, I was running around at my grandparents' house with a straw in my mouth. I remember tilting my head back. I think there was something on the end of the straw, and I slipped and fell, and the rest is history. It was my first computer game. My parents got a computer when I was pretty young. I think it was still in elementary school, and the first game I had for it was Oregon Trail. You don't even have to know me to guess that one. It's kind of an obvious guess one. Who was my favorite wrestler? Andrea used to love watching wrestling with me. She watched it all the time and loved every moment of it. I had a lot of favorite wrestlers. I always liked Hulk Hogan. Shawn Michaels was one of my favorites, but I would have to say that Bret the Hitman Hart was always my number one favorite. Most favorite. What was the name of my first dog? Whoopie Pie. First name Whoopie, last name Pie, and he liked me more than Andrea. He was named Whoopie Pie by me, after my grandfather let me name him. Named him because he was black with a white belly. Whoopie Pie. But we will accept Whoopie. Who's Anthony's favorite babysitter? Well, I'm going to not count Grampy as a babysitter because he spoils people way too much to be a babysitter. I'm going to not count Grammy because she makes all kinds of delicious food. So I'm going to just go to the aunts here. And I'm going to have to say Andrea because she is scarier than Anita. So she's my favorite babysitter. What did I have to go to court for? I don't like to talk about this sort of thing, but I did have to go to court because of fireworks that my grandparents let me buy. Lit off a Roman candle on the front lawn, had to go to court. I think I pled no contest. The name of my first wiffle ball team. This is hard because I had to look it up. The Chosen Ones. Me and John Carney and Cody Bean and Matthew. How old was I when I first got baptized? This is really bad. I should know that. I think I was 8, but it's kind of hard to know the age. I know it was on Coldstream, and Matt and Jared were baptized at the same time. I'm going to say 8, but if my mom says otherwise, then she's probably right. Well, I had more than one. It's not like I was some lonely child, but I had lots of friends back in the day. I would say that Steve Lindquist is probably the most common after-school playmate for me. Matthew was my most common after-church playmate, only until 4, at Joni and Terry's house. Who was my favorite teacher? I really hate that question. I never had Kurt or Anita, but I don't think I would have liked either of them anyways. Kurt's too cynical and Anita is too not cynical. My favorite teacher, I loved Miss Lowell in 5th grade for homeroom. She was my favorite homeroom teacher. Miss T was maybe the best teacher I ever had, and she was in writing. I'm going to say Miss T because that's where I really decided that I loved writing. And when I ended up coming back to it in college, I thought about how much I liked it back in 6th grade. I'm going to say Miss T.